Hi everyone, today I am doing a drugstore tutorial on Emer, who's my sister if you didn't know. And I'm using the Sleek palette in Storm, which is this one here. I've tried all four and this is the most versatile one. I will be doing other tutorials using the kind of brighter colours. This is a more wearable kind of day look. You could easily smoke it out by adding more of the black shades and the darker kind of smoky colours in the bottom. And it's very easy and it's all using products that are really cheap and easy to find. So enjoy. I'm going to start by using Miss Sporty Light Energy Radiant Look Foundation in Light. This is one of the lightest foundations you can find in Boots, which is pretty shocking. I'm just using a damp cosmetic sponge. These are also from Boots. And if you can't afford a foundation brush, actually even if you can afford a foundation brush, I still prefer a damp sponge. And it's quicker. But it needs to be damp for it to go, for the foundation to go on sheer. And you want to just pat it into the skin and then you can blend afterwards. And try get the triangular shapes as opposed to the flat or the oval shaped ones, because with these you can get in to all the little kind of crevices of the face. Just go along the outside of the lips but not kind of on the lips, and make sure you get around the sides of the nose really well, because those areas get red. Always make sure that you bring the foundation onto your neck. That's really important. And bring your foundation onto the front of your ear as well, so that there's no line along the side of your face. And that's it. That's a really sheer coverage foundation. It doesn't have a lot of coverage. If you want more coverage, go for something like Revlon Color Stay. This is in buff. It's great, but it can look a little heavy, especially on really young skin. Ironically, it's people with really young skin that tend to wear too much foundation. Okay. Using the Sleek palette. This is the Sleek Storm, which is probably the most versatile. I'm going to take a flat shader brush, and I'm going to apply this second shade here, which is a gold, and I'm going to apply it just on the inner third of the eye. Bring it into the tear duct. Okay. Next we're going to take this shade here, which is the 5th one on the top row, and I'm just going to apply that only on the lid. And on the outer third, and just blend it into the gold shade. I'm going to get a blending brush and just bring it in just to make sure that there's no line at all. Next I'm going to go in with the brown. I'm going to take this brown here, which is the first one on the last row. And I'm going to apply it along the lash line, but in a triangular shape, so thicker on the outside and then bringing it down right into the lashes, down into nothing. And just smudge that a little. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now I'm going to take this matte shade here, which is the 3rd one in, and I'm going to bring this one, I'm going to use it to connect this bronze brown and bring it into the crease. So I'm just going to start on the outer side to get the outer corner and just blend a little into the crease. Emer doesn't really have a very defined crease. Her eyes are set very forward, so you're just bringing it in. It's often good to use a matte shade as the contour crease shade, especially if you're using shimmers. You don't want to use every shimmer shade. So I would recommend, if you're using this palette, that if you're using 3 shades, that you use only 1 or 2 shimmers, at least 1 matte, or you'll be like a disco ball. And just gently blend those. Don't over blend, because you don't want a whole mucky colour all over the lid. I'm going to pop, because these shadows are quite kind of loose, I'm going to pop another little bit of that pink back over in the centre of the eye, because it tends to disappear as you blend. Just as a little accent colour. I'm going to add, just for a bit of fun, I'm going to add this last shade here in the first row in here.
I didn't think you were actually going to put some on.
And I'm just putting it on the outside of where I applied the brown, so not actually in it, just around it, and then I'll blend that in. So for the lash line, I'm going to use a combination of this brown here and the black. So just put a little bit on an angled brush, start in where the lash line begins, and press the shadow very close to the lash line into the skin. Try and avoid pulling the brush along as if you were applying liquid liner, because you'll end up with shadow all over your face. Change the shape of your angled brush as well to give you the line that you want. So if you want to kind of bring the shadow out a little, you can do that with an angled brush very easily. Now I'm going to go in with black, and I'm going to go even closer to the lash line this time. So it's really just the lashes I'm thickening up. It looks softer and a little smokier than applying liquid liner, which we've all been using to death lately, but this kind of makes a nice change, and it means you don't have to kind of use or buy any more product if you don't have it. You can just use what you have in the palette. Now, just for under the eye, I'm just going to add a little bit more of that shimmery shade. Just open your eye, look up, and I'm just going to bring it under the eye a little bit, just to open it up. I'm going to take that first brown shade and apply that underneath as well. I'm going to use Sexy Curves mascara in Intense Black, which is by Rimmel. This is a great mascara for getting behind the lashes, which is really important if you have fair lashes, and is often overlooked. I'm going to add a little bit of definition to the brow using this matte shade. Whatever you do, do not use a shimmery shade in your brows.
What are you doing to me, Amy?
A matte taupe, a matte brown. So most people's brows are covered. And remember, even if you've black hair, it's best not to apply black shadow to your eyebrow. It'll look a little gothic and severe. Okay, I'm going to pop on a little bit of Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse in Baby Pink. Tiny bit. And tiny bit. A little bit goes a really long way. And I'm going to use a Claire's Accessories lip gloss, which I love. And I'm going to buy another one, and this is just in number 1. And you remember we applied a little bit of foundation to the lips already, so this will just kind of be a nude kind of mouth. A little bit of concealer. This is just by 17 Hideaway Concealer. Apply a little bit. Emer has a tiny little blemish there. And a little one here. be careful if you're applying this to your face from the stick every day. You'll spread bacteria and you'll spread your spots. So it's best to kind of put it on your hand and dab it on with your finger or a clean finger, or use a brush. I'm also going to apply a tiny dusting of bronzer. This is by Bourjois. So here's the finished look. We hope you enjoyed, and have a great evening everyone. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.